So, UFC 293 is coming up. Adesanya versus Strickland. This fight's going to be really good, but it also has some amazing fights on the undercard of it too. Here are my picks for the winners of these fights, and if you are going to bet, I think these people are the ones you should be betting on. Alright, let's get into this. Okay, first up we have Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalj. The odds for this fight is a toss-up, but if I was an odds maker, I would be heavily favoriting Tyson Pedro to win this fight. Tyson Pedro is a very heavy-handed fighter. He has finishes in all of his wins, so he boasts an 100% finish rate win record. It's really important to understand that he is coming off a pretty brutal injury against Modestas Bukauskas. But Anton Turkalj is pretty chinny. He recently had a fight against Vitor Petrino. He had a lot of moments in that fight that he could have capitalized on and to maybe come out with the win, but he couldn't. So in this fight, I have Tyson Pedro by KO. Okay, so the next fight on this card is Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. Justin Tafa is a heavyweight striker. He's a bit large, so he's kind of slow. But I feel he's way more skilled than Austin Lane. Austin Lane is a 6'7" heavyweight. He has almost double the amount of wins on his record than Justin Tafa does. He also has a pretty crappy gas tank. He's fighting a pretty big, bulky guy who isn't also particularly known for his gas tank. But when you're in better shape than your opponent, you should have the better gas tank. Austin Lane doesn't. In this fight, I have Justin Tafa by KO in the first round. Next up, we got a fight I'm pretty psyched for. Manel Kape versus Felipe Dos Santos. Manel Kape is a top 10 flyweight. He's facing a guy making his UFC debut. He's faced great fighters like Alexandre Pantoja, Oda Osborne, and Zaglas Zumagulov. He's fighting someone a little less experienced, boasting a record of only 7-0. Felipe Dos Santos is a pretty good jiu-jitsu guy. He trains with Charles Oliveira, but I can't see him winning this. It's his UFC debut, and he's on such a big stage against a such high-level opponent. I have Manel Kape by decision. Next up, we have Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. Tai Tuivasa is more of a brawler with less of a technical aspect in his fighting, opposed to his opponent, Alexander Volkov, who is more technical than he is a brawler. Tai has had a ton of knockouts, and he is pretty well versed in the sport of MMA. This will be his 21st fight in MMA, but he's facing a way more experienced guy in Alexander Volkov. This is Alexander's 48th fight in MMA, and he's way more technical with his strikes. He incorporates more kicks and wrestling into his game than Tai normally does. And he is way taller and has a longer range, so he can keep Tai more at distance. But if Tai does close the range, Volkov has a great chin, so I expect him to be able to eat the shots that Tai throws. In this fight, I have Alexander Volkov by decision. In this next fight, we have the main event, Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Obviously, my take's going to be quick on this one because I just can't see Sean Strickland winning this. Israel Adesanya is very good with his kicks, and he knows how to keep the other fighter at bay. Sean Strickland can't really defend kicks, so I think Israel Adesanya wins this, either by knockout or decision. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video.